The rain seems to be holding up just off of Main Street in Falmouth just in time for Game 27 of the Cape Cod Baseball League season, which brings us back to Gov Fuller Field. Tonight, the Falmouth Commodores hosting the Orleans Firebirds, taking on the Birds for the first time in nearly a month. Alongside Ben Haller and Andrew Delapiana, I'm Ryan Martin here to open the door. Ben, let's start with that 9-run loss at Brewster last night. It's a season-long fourth loss in a row now for the Commodores.
Yeah, 4-game lose streak. Like you said, it's the most. Also, the second or tied for the worst loss they've had in run differential so far this season. It's just a time right now where I think the Commodores are missing a lot of their key pieces, but you start to wonder how much longer you can just use that as an excuse. At some point, you got to find production from somebody. They're still looking for those one or two guys to step up. I love the way Ryan Zuckerman's been playing, but other than that, they're just not getting much help, and the starting pitching's been a problem.
That starting pitching has certainly been an issue for the Commodores this season, Andrew. And Ben was just talking about new pieces needing to come in and contribute. We'll see if the now FIU Panther and Jeremy Urena can do that in his first appearance on Cape Cod tonight.
Yeah, he gets the ball. That already a Falmouth team that, as Ben mentioned, has struggled in pitching. This is the team with the worst ERA right now in Cape Cod with a 4.82. So Urena trying to settle that down a little bit. He was really solid in his past season at URI. He'll be going down to South Beach next season at a 6-2 record, just north of a 5 ERA. A good strikeout to walk ratio, though, this past year for the Rams, who finally got in the NCAA tournament for the first time in a long time.
It's Urena for the Commodores. It'll be JT Rabb for the Firebirds, a matchup of two righties, Ben. And speaking of this Orleans team, it's been Falmouth who's been struggling as of recently, but Orleans has won 4 of its last 5.
It feels like everybody in the East Division is playing really well right now. Everybody in the West is struggling a little bit. And this is an Orleans team that, again, 2-0, the Commodores are against them, but both of those came in the first week of the season. Still, sometimes you see a team like that you know you can beat, you've beat a couple times, can give you some confidence. That's the only, really positive side of this. This is an Orleans team's playing really good baseball.
Especially Elijah Iquez, we'll have to watch out for him. He's going to be an all-star coming up this Saturday. It's Firebirds versus Commodores, Rabb versus Urena. First pitch coming up at 6 p.m. at Gov Fuller Field right after this. Hey Red Sox fans, on a sunny Sunday afternoon, we're outside the Roanoke Times Pavilion here at Carilion Clinic Field getting ready for the series finale between the Carolina Mudcats, the single-A affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers, and your Salem Red Sox, the single-A affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. I'm Ryan Martin saying we appreciate you wrapping up your weekend here with us for your Bubba's 33 pregame report. This Game 6 comes after a doubleheader last night in which the Salem Red Sox split the 2 games against Carolina. Salem kept doing its thing in Game 1, taking the opener 2-0 for the Sox's third straight 2-run win. An RBI double for Yoel Cespedes was the big hit in that one. Joey Gartrell was great also in the start in that game, but Griffin Killander picked up his 5th win of the season, the most by a Salem pitcher on the year. Then to end the night, the Sox dropped a roller coaster of a Game 2. Salem got out to another 2-0 lead, but 7 unanswered Mudcat runs across the 3rd and 4th innings were just too much for the Sox to come back from. Even with the doubleheader split, Boston's top-ranked prospect down here in Salem is looking just as good as the shotgun shrimp at Bubba's 33. Remember the name Justin Gonzalez. Boston's number 7th-ranked prospect went 3 for 6 with a pair of doubles yesterday, bringing the 18-year-old's average to 302 on the season. Gonzalez has led off each of the last 3 games with a hit and is the only active and qualified Carolina League hitter batting over 300. Gonzalez and the Salem offense will look to continue providing run support for Salem right-hander Joyker Fajardo. Boston's 25th-ranked prospect started on Thursday before rain postponed that Game 3. So it's a series finale between Carolina and Salem. Excited to get this one started early on a Sunday. First pitch here between the two teams in Game 6, set for 1:05 p.m. at Carilion Clinic Field.
This has been your Salem Red Sox pregame report presented by Bubba's 33.
Ryan, it was a 6th straight loss for Falmouth last night. Had a chance until that bottom of the 8th inning didn't help.
Yeah, that was a 1-run game until the Whitey Red Sox got their ups in the bottom of the 8th. All of a sudden, a 4-3 game because of a bottom of the 8th in which the Red Sox score 6 runs. It turns into a 10-3 deficit for Falmouth. Entering the top of the 9th, Commodores had no answer there for, as you mentioned, a 6th straight loss. Ben, what unfortunately sticks out to me the most about that streak, in those 6 losses consecutively, Falmouth has only led for 1/2 inning. It's been tough sledding for the Commodores.
Yeah, Falmouth had no answer. Falmouth going to need that discipline moving forward, not get too ahead of themselves with 3 games left to play. You're looking at the Falmouth, you're also looking at the Kettleers and the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, Cotuit's that team to watch right now in the West Division. Hyannis not too far in front of them right now. As the playoff picture goes right now, you got 3 teams with 41 points in the East Division. In the West, though, it's Falmouth just 2 points out of that West Division spot, where Cotuit now sits at the 4th spot, which means in Game 38, guys, we have a lot of different scenarios. Take a look at what it could look like when you look at Hyannis's, Cotuit, and Falmouth's game. 3 things I really pull away from this. Falmouth cannot be eliminated tonight. Hyannis has 2 playoff clinching scenarios, and Cotuit can't clinch tonight.
Now, Ryan, let's start what happened on the off day yesterday. Plenty of former Falmouth talent making the name in the MLB draft. 21 picks, in fact.
Yeah, 21 former Commodores, just as you say, Andrew, were picked in this year's MLB draft, including 3 in the first round between Gavin Keelan, Gage Wood, and Jace Laviolette. So it was an exciting time for the Commodores, especially these guys who can see their former teammates getting drafted and the 20-plus Commodores who were picked. But you got to flush that high from the draft and the low from the loss at Wareham. Both those happening before this game here against Bourne. Yeah, Andrew, we've seen firsthand how difficult it is to pitch in the Cape League with just one hand, but how about doing both? Enter ambidextrous pitcher PJ Rogan out of Sacred Heart. He's new as Commodores' weapon, and he has this custom 6-finger Rawlings glove that has the double web, the double fingers in there. It's something that Rogan and his family have known for a while. PJ started throwing a tennis ball with his dad, Pat, when he was 2 years old, and Dad Pat says, wait a second, you could just throw with both hands. He's been doing that since he was 7 years old, using this custom Rawlings glove. Take a look at some of these highlights here, going from left to right, switching from batter to batter. It's been special here, guys, and Andrew, Rogan says he intends to continue doing it with Falmouth and beyond after this summer.